you're very clearly very successful in everything that you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
In real estate, when you approach a client, do you feel like they prejudge you guys for your age, for looking so young and knowing so much?
100%.
People prejudge you for everything, but I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just confident in us or just my personality to know that I guess if it goes sour, I won't mind too much because I'm always
You
gonna.
did your best.
I'm just so confident that I'm gonna be myself that I just don't. I just cross bridges like one step at a time. That's
Love
how
that.
I really take things.
Wow.
There's a lot of things I don't think about. I don't stress about. I don't know how to explain.
You
He's so
just said it.
carefree.
You just said it. You just said it.
I know.
But then
for
there's
me-
like the few things I care about. Oh, I'll think about it all day. It's like I'll obsess over things. Yeah, I just like being perfect with certain things.
Perfection, Cheyenne. How about you?
I was gonna say, I know for me, I'm constantly judged for my age. I know I'm 22, but a lot of people think I'm like 16. So I once had to like show my driver's license that I am real. Like one of my clients, she like came down and I was like, yeah, I can get you closing costs. And
She's
she,
like, how are you?
yeah, and this was like 2 years ago. And I guess like where she's from, it was on her, like the deal was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The closing cost was amazing. I remember I spent like an hour negotiating with the
Wow.
realtor. It's just on how you present your offers.
Absolutely.
And I was able to get it for her where they paid full closing costs. And she was just like, this is unheard of. Like, I came from another realtor. She couldn't even find me something relatively, something that's newly built with all of this. And she thought I was fake. And I was like, I was writing the contract. And she was like, can you send me your license? And I was like, why? And then her husband was skeptical and he was like, this is fake. She's going to take your information and she's going to I don't know what I was going to do.
Clone your
Yeah,
information.
she's going to clone it.
She has
So-
a point, though. You look young. She's like,
Yeah. So I always get that for my age, but in the end, I always get told the same thing. Like, you've blown my mind.
And I guess to better answer your question, I guess when I was younger, 18, 19, I guess I did had a few comments about it. The good thing for myself was I had my mom, if worst case scenario. And not only that, remember I told you that when I started out with Exit, the way they did things, it's kind of like how Keller Williams do things. They're big on training before you do anything.
mm-hmm.
So I was actually going to a lot of like separate like Tom Ferry conferences,
Mm-hmm.
Josh Altman things. I was reading a lot of books. I remember when I was 18, 19, read all these books about real estate. Robert, the guy who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki or something.
Yeah.
Read all those books. But it came down to just knowing what you're talking about, I guess. Because I knew I was young and people did obviously know that. But as long as you know what you're talking about, it's irrelevant.
It's infectious, actually, when you're confident. Plus one, you just said it, the key, knowledge. Knowledge give you power, and that power give you confidence in what you're talking.
Yep.
So it's a transfer of energy, right? So definitely. Plus, bro, you have facial hair. It's not like Jeremy. For Jeremy, was so much harder, guys. Jeremy has like 10 little hairs here and 15 here. And he always wanted to have a full beard. But Jeremy always looked young. Now with his gray hair, it blends in and people believe him. But we actually know exactly what it is to be judged because of your age. Because I will say 15 years ago, being a successful realtor meant being an older person, very old, with this oversized suit, with your picture from 1972, and you're like, oh, that person is killing it. Technology and knowledge, and all this $1 million listing, all those platforms have given us such an opportunity that we can be this young and still be successful and knowledgeable what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's the new real estate, that actually the younger, the hipper, you're like, that person is up to date. So actually mentality have changed.
Yeah. One thing I will say, Leticia, even back then when I was 19, it quickly, the same people that were skeptical, they would quickly turn around within 30 minutes. And it's very impressive that you're this young and you know all these things.
Yes.
And then they would just, oh, yeah, this person's obviously an expert.
And at
So-
the time too, it's common now that a lot of people have their license. You know, I felt like after COVID, everyone and their grandmother got their license.
Yeah, I felt like when I got my
But
license when I was 18, I didn't
was
see no other realtor
No.
that was 18.
No.
No one my age.
No, because that's when the market went through that whole entire cleaning. Now it's going through that cleaning again. So we're
And
gonna
I'm
see a
so
Which
lot
we're
of
happy
people.
I'm
about.
happy.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
very
so
happy
that
about it.
knowledge that you guys have, you can even gonna kill it even more because even the people that were doing the lawn had a real estate license or something. But it's I think very hopeful how things have changed in the industry that you don't have to look certain way to be
Yeah.
successful, and you guys are definitely a story to tell on that.